Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new episode of I Am Insecure. This is the second episode and today we're talking a little bit about my testimony and we're doing more confessions. As you saw the last time in the first episode, I talked about recognizing your insecurity and confessing it to yourself. So today we're going to dig a little bit in my testimony. It's a long story, so I will try and tell it in parts. I'll tell you the beginning and next time you will get more juice about my story. As I said, we're also doing more confessions because after you have confessed it to yourself, you have to do more confessions to God and to people. So that is what we are discussing today. Make sure you like, you comment and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. We're back and we're better. Okay, so my testimony, I actually do not know where to start because, as I said, it's a long story. It's a very long story. So I'm just going to start about saying, by the grace of God, I got delivered from being insecure last year. Yeah, just last year, because it was something that I was dealing with for a very long time. Very long time, and I didn't realize it. I think I did know in the back of my mind, but I didn't do anything about it. Like, for instance, when I wasn't born again, I would just be like, yo, sis, you're not gonna tell anyone you're insecure. You know, I was really living in that, like, pride, I can say that. Yeah, you know, really having that pride attitude and saying like, yo, I'm not gonna tell anyone about it, I'm not gonna search any help. Until I got born again, I had to deal with that. And I wish I did some things different. I wish that I did tell people, I wish that I did tell God on time to seek the right help, the right advice, but I didn't do it and that was my mistake, and I don't want you guys to repeat that same mistake. So that's why I'm here and I'm gonna give you some good ass tips that you can use. Being insecure is not our portion. Being insecure is not your portion, and that's on period, sis. For all of my sisters, for all of my brothers who are insecure, as I always say, while watching this series, watching this episode, you're going to be free, you're going to be delivered from your insecurity. So make sure you write with me as you are listening to me. Make sure you meditate on whatever thing that is interesting, that touches your heart, that touches your spirit, and send me your testimonies as you are watching my video. Okay, I talked a lot. Okay, but yeah, me being insecure, as I said, last year I just got delivered from being insecure. I think at the point when I did realize it, I was just like 17, beginning 17. I did realize that, sis, you were insecure. And when I was 18 and 17, begin 18, I was just like, you have to do something about it now, because it's not normal that you live in this insecurity, or that you're going to live in this insecurity for the rest of your life. Like, that's not okay. So what I did do is just like, in the beginning, when I knew I was insecure, or when I did realize I was insecure, I did hide it from everyone, from friends, from family, from people that I love, from people that were close to me. I did hide it. I was just like coming home, or what I would do, I would come home, and then in the evening or in the nights, I would go to bed and I would cry. I would cry and I would tell myself like, why are you insecure, or why are you doing this? Why are you not opening your mouth? Why are you not being honest or transparent to other people? Why are you not being open about it? Like, at that point, I didn't realize that I had friends for a reason, but I just felt like at that point I couldn't talk about it because, at that point in my life, no one around me would talk about their weaknesses. Nobody would talk about what was like wrong in their life. Nobody would talk about the bad things in their life, let me say it like that. Everyone would just come in here and, you know, when they buy something, they will show that. When they are going to a trip, you know, they're going to come and tell you that. But nobody did show the bad sides or the bad things that they were dealing with. And that was so hard, because for me, that was a thing that, you know, if they don't do it, I'm not going to do it as well. While from the inside, I was like hurting deep. That was something that did hold me back from talking about me being insecure. So that was also one of the reasons why I did never talk about it, and I did find it hard to talk about me being insecure, because who are you going to tell? Like, who are you going to tell if no one talks about it? And at some point, if no one talks about it, you are not going to talk about it. You're feeling that void in your heart, but you're just going to forget it. Like, throughout the whole day, you would just act like everything is normal, but then in the night, I would realize that there is something wrong with me. So I was 17 when all of this, like all of the thoughts that I had in my head would like manifest. So at some point, I did see like, yo, sis, you're insecure. And from, how do I say that? I didn't want anyone to know. So I would like hide myself. I would, you know, not say my opinion out loud. I would just, you know, go with the flow. It did manifest in many things. I think church. At some point, I was so insecure, guys, I didn't even speak at church. Like, I would go to church and I would be quiet. I wouldn't say my opinion. I wouldn't tell my opinion. It did manifest in school. You know, sometimes like every time when the teacher asked a question, I would know the answer, but I would be quiet because I would feel like, you know, someone else can give the answer and someone else would be better. Like, I would always think low of myself, always, in everything, every aspect, everywhere where we would go. If it was on a trip, if it was in the church, if it was school, if it was at home, I would just be quiet and let someone else talk. Whilst deep from the inside, I did know, sis, you know it, sis, you can speak. But I just didn't do that. I just didn't do it. So, well, guys, I'm talking a lot about my testimony. So what I didn't do at the point that I was, at the point that I realized I was insecure, I didn't go to God. One of the reasons for that is because I wasn't born again yet in my early 17s. I wasn't born again yet when I was 17. In my early 17s, I mean, I wasn't born again yet, so I didn't go to God. You know, sometimes we feel certain voids in our hearts, and the only one who can take that certain void away is Jesus. The only one who can take that void away is Jesus. Like, I didn't realize that at that point, so please don't come for me. I did try other things, like seeking love in makeup and stuff like that, to fill that void, but guys, it wasn't working. It was not working. Like, let me tell you, like, sometimes we say to people that decision won't last for long because it's temporary. Guys, let me tell you, for me, it wasn't working. Nor temporary, nor long term, it wasn't working. Like, I would use makeup to not feel insecure, and I would still be insecure. I would still feel that void. So at a certain point, when I got born again and I started digging in my life, I started examining myself, I started looking at my life and realizing that there was something that was wrong with me, or something that, not that there's something wrong with me though, but realizing that I was insecure. I was just like, there has to be a solution. And obviously it was Jesus. But what I'm trying to say is that when you seek help from God, God is also going to send people who will help you. He will direct people on your path to help you overcome that, because being insecure is something that I think in some type of way you have to talk about it. You have to talk about it. So I think it was 2019 or 2018, I don't know anymore, but God did bring someone on my path, and this is my friend. We had a very good talk about me being insecure, and that person gave me the best advice ever. That advice was, when you never talk about it, when you never open your mouth and say that you are insecure, how do you think that God is going to send the people to you? I believe in miracles, I believe in signs, and I believe in wonders, but sometimes we have to do our part as well. God does his part, but our part is to open our mouth and to tell the people that we trust that, I am insecure, or like, hey brother, hey sister, I'm insecure. And it's not necessarily that the person is going to give you tips, or it's not necessarily that the person is going to tell you like, yes sis, it's going to be okay, blah, blah, blah. No, I think that me opening up to that person, me telling my friend like I'm insecure, etc., the person just being there for me, one, and second, me getting the story off my chest. I think that those are two things that when you talk to people about you being insecure will definitely help you, definitely help you. And the right person, I think that is another topic that we will soon discuss. But confessing your insecurity to the right people is so important. As I said, they are there for you in general, and behind the scenes you do not know what they are doing. Maybe they are praying for you. I obviously think that my friend was definitely praying for me, because else I wouldn't be here sitting so confident telling you guys this story. That's amazing. That is so beautiful about deliverance, getting your testimony out, being able to tell people about your insecurity and seeing other people receiving their deliverance, being freed from that insecurity that they have been dealing with for years, for months, etc. So yeah, and telling it to God is very important. I did realize after that, I did tell it to God, that God was sending the right people. So it's just like a whole puzzle, but an easy puzzle. When you recognize your insecurity and you confess it to yourself, then you confess it to God. God is basically sending the right people on your path to help you, and physically, emotionally, spiritually, they're rooting for you, and that is so beautiful. So I think I did talk a lot today. What I did share is something very powerful. What I did share with you guys is the beginning of my story. As I said, I did have a talk with my friend after I did tell God. I think that when you tell God, God releases something that you can tell it to other people. It's as I said, an easy puzzle, because I did never realize that I was going to tell someone I'm insecure. Back then when I was 17, I was like, or you're going to be like this for the rest of your life. And when I was 18, I did get some hope. When I was 18, I did see some hope. And that's why I say I love God so much, because he has planned everything out so perfectly. Me sitting here and telling you guys a bit of one of the many testimonies I have it's just amazing. It's amazing. So with this story, I want to tell you, next time I'm definitely going to get more into my story, get more into the fact that I did use makeup to fill that void in me, to fill that insecurity, that area in my life, and that it didn't help. I will get more into that because that is part of my testimony as well. What I want to tell you guys today is that if you are insecure, you recognize why you are insecure, or you recognize your insecurity, you have confessed it to yourself. Make sure you confess it to God. That is so important. Even though it's not a long prayer, even though it's not a long talk, if you go to God and you say, God, I'm insecure, even that sentence is enough for God to help you. You know, God, there is something with us in God. God does his part always, but we have to do our part. If we don't go to God, how do we think that God will help us? And as I said, I do believe in miracles, I do believe in signs, I do believe in wonders, but we have to do our part. We have to go to God and say, God, I'm insecure. And as I said, even that sentence is enough for God to help you. The second thing, if you allow it the right time, make sure you talk to people about it. And you don't have to tell them the story all at once. You opening up to them is something. The fact that you are telling it to another person, that person that you are telling it to is maybe insecure himself or herself, and will definitely get his deliverance or get her deliverance out of your story. So you never know what your story can do to other people. Also, they are able to stand in the gap for you, they are able to pray for you, they are able to hold your hand and say, I'm going to help you. You know what I mean? So yeah, talking to the right people about your insecurity is very important. So next time we will get more into that. Wow, I'm so happy today. I'm so happy that I did tell you guys this story, because we won't settle for being insecure. We won't settle for being insecure. We are all secure. We are all stand firm in Jesus. And yeah, so with this being said, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you for being here watching my video. God richly bless your heart. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.